we're going to have a street. I'm going to let Kevin introduce the deal that has been struck, but I'd like to make a few opening comments, and then to have Kevin outline the deal that he has worked so hard to bring actual real money from the private sector into this deal to make it a little better. I ran for mayor on an agenda of resetting priorities for Cincinnati. And as all of you know, one of those priorities was taking the money spent on the streetcar and using it for our neighborhoods, which I believe have been and remain deeply neglected. I opposed the project then. I oppose the project now. I believe it's wrong for Cincinnati. And I believe that the overwhelming number of citizens in our community agree with me. But for whatever reason, the city council has decided to continue the project. I don't agree with their vote, and I don't agree with them on this issue. I will not sign the legislation, but I think it's wrong. But the future of Cincinnati involves much more than one issue. We cannot spend all of our time and energy on this one issue when we have too many other challenges to address, including building and expanding a black and Latino middle class. During the committee meeting today, I met with the African American CEO Roundtable, which included Janet Reed, Carl Sauer, and many others. So we are putting flesh on the bones of a plan that will dramatically increase the number of African American, Latino, and women-owned businesses in the city. I'm in the process of outlining my anti-poverty initiative that will be unrolling next year. And I intend to make sure that we get our financial house in order. Today is going to make that job a little harder. But we got elected to tackle tough problems, and even if the problems become a little tougher, we will tackle it. So we will be moving to add cops and firefighters to the street. And we will make sure that I will make sure, or try to make sure, that the streetcar does not jeopardize basic services. And that includes bus services. We're not going to allow, to cut bus routes and bus drivers. And we're going to make sure that we, the city, tackle this issue because, frankly, I believe that David Mann and Kevin Flynn and the rest of the council are more committed to those priorities than SORTA. We will tackle these problems. We will move Cincinnati forward. We will grow the economy. We will make the strategic investments that need to be made to advance our city forward. We will reduce the violence and the homicides. We will improve the outcomes as it relates to diversity and inclusion. We will tackle the budget. We already killed the parking plan. The parking plan. And remember, I want to spend a minute on this. The parking plan was designed to take money that you, the citizens, pay into the meters and pay through tickets. And we use that currently to keep cops and firefighters on the street. The parking plan that the previous administration tried to foist on us was going to take that money and give it to the private sector, and was not going to allow it to be used for the basic services that this city needs. One of the advantages of what Kevin has done is that he's actually getting $9 million of private dollars into the city. Now that's my definition of the beginning of a public-private partnership. It's not what I support, it's not what I think is strong enough, but at least it's $9 million that we didn't have yesterday. I want to thank the Hale Foundation for their willingness. And as far as I can tell, they're the only entity in town that has put their money where their mouth is. They put $9 million forward for the benefit of the city. I have nothing but appreciation for the fact that they, unlike so many others, are willing to lead an action. We have a legislative, executive form of government. The legislative branch of this city has spoken. As I tell my son when he doesn't get his way, you have to move on. And it's time for Cincinnati to move on and do great things. And with that, I'd like to introduce Kevin.
Thank you. First thing I want to say is this is not a vote against Mayor Cranley. He helped me get elected to this position, and I take that trust seriously. And I want to, and I know that we will, agree much more often on the issues than disagree. The deal that has been cut through the auspices of the Hale Foundation, along with a lot of private support, is that they will support the shortfall of operations from the streetcar so that it does not hit the bottom line of the city's operating budget, that they've committed $900,000 a year for 10 years. That's $9 million, folks. That's a huge commitment. This is not the end. The energy that we've seen, and again, I want to commend our mayor for allowing that energy to be seen in council. Special meeting or regular meeting. No limit on the half hour of public comment. We listened to people express their views both for and against continuing this project. And I appreciate that, and I hope that that openness and willingness and energy that came forth in those meetings can be used to make this a beginning, because this is not that we've accomplished the streetcar. This is the beginning of making the streetcar a successful project. We have to make it a successful project. There is no choice in the matter but to make it a successful project. I am confident that we will do that, and we will start tomorrow. I'm going to sleep tonight. But we actually have the signed documents here from the Hale Foundation guaranteeing those funds to the city. And again, I can't thank the Hale Foundation enough, along with numerous other people that worked long and hard to make this a reality. Thank you.
Want to know what everyone's talking about? Get the news you want 24/7, anywhere, anytime. Subscribe now, The Enquirer and Cincinnati.com.